the pedal at about 200 feet out. Slows to a 4:45 and 1:33, but Matt Bell will go to the top. Doc, Jimmy Chavis need you now for Limited Drag Radio and John Davidson. John Davidson, John Doc, Jimmy Chavis. Oh boy, how about this matchup? The Thrillbilly Shane Stack, Harvest, Florida, and Rob Goss from Sheridan, Wyoming. Shane Stack flying Old Glory on the back. And again, on behalf of all of us at Duck X, South Dakota Motorsports Park, all of our men and women, of our armed forces, first responders, thank you. Stack and Rob Goss. Rob Goss had an X75 car stepping up in the Limited Drag Radio. So here we go. There we go. Waiting on Thrillbilly Shane Stack. There you go. 104 short, topping the racetrack. 392. Rob Goss. He takes number one away. Shane Stack, 416, 189. So Rob Goss, number one. Rob Goss by nearly 600ths of a second will go to the number one spot. Shane Stack, 416, going number three. Frank Mushaw and Paul Gargas. Oh boy, this will be a good one. So Mushaw and Paul Gargas. Mushaw, Palm Bay, Florida. And Paul Gargas out of Alabama. Great job by the South Georgia Motorsports Park crew and the guys from Total Venue Concepts for, we've seen some great number here, back-to-back new number one qualifiers here in Limited Drag Radio. What kind of numbers we're going to see here out of Mushaw and Paul Gargas? So Duck says Gargas 390. 390 with a zero. Okay, we'll see. Mushaw, he definitely has the potential to go number one. And they're definitely going to need, but this is going to be the time. I mean, tonight and tomorrow night, going to be definitely the times to do it as it started to cool off quite a bit. Was up there in the high 80s today, which is kind of unusual for this time of year. You're normally about 20.
About 20 degrees hotter than normal.
Oh, yeah. Frank Mushaw, Paul Gargas, either one of these two take away the number one spot. And Mushaw had some hanging, he gets it. We want to see go number one spot, top of the racetrack. No, 405 to a 408. Paul Gargas, 110 to 60 foot. Mushaw was a little quicker at 108. But a 405.3 for Paul Gargas, Frank Mushaw. 408 is Richard Reagan and Scott Kincaid. go. Reagan making challenge. Rutledge, Tennessee, the 91. Ford screw blower, roots blower on the right-hand side. Scott Kincaid, Battle of Tennessee. Here at Lights Out 14 on Wednesday night here at South Georgia Motorsport Park. Richards in, wait on Scott. Scott's in. 104, 105, short time on the racetrack. 396, 188 for Reagan. 400, 185 for Scott Kincaid. So Richard Reagan will go to the number 2 spot. Scott Kincaid slides to number 4 spot. Matt Bell drops number 3. Rob Goss, sitting number 1 qualifier at 392. As J.R. Pines in out of Atlanta and Larry Salvatore. Drag radial, if you're not in the lanes, you need to be. All cars limited drag radial have been called to the lanes. All cars limited drag radial have been called to the lanes. So right now, here's your top 3 real quick. Rob Goss, number 1 at 392.8. Richard Reagan in the 2 spot at 396.8. Matt Bell, 398.1 as Pro 275. You're on standby. Pro 275, you're on standby. Remember, drivers, when the officials tell you to pull forward, pull forward. No negotiation, no, none of that stuff. The officials tell you to pull forward. Either pull forward or you forfeit the run. You're in the lanes, you need to be suited, ready to go. Because remember, we do have a curfew here tonight that is approaching. The drivers, you need when the officials tell you to move forward, you need to move forward right then when they tell you. But here we go, Pines and Salvatore. This looks good. Top of the racetrack. How about a 398.5 for J.R. Pines, 187, 510 for Larry Salvatore. Struggled down the racetrack. So J.R. Pines with a good run will go to the 4th spot. Just 4th down behind Matt Bell. As Justin Harris and Jamie Hancock. Again, drivers, when you come into the stage lane, you need to be in the cars, helmets on, safety equipment buckled, ready to go. Like that, we do have a curfew here tonight. So you need to be in the cars and ready to go. So the nitrous oxide perk, Jamie Hancock from Alabama. Justin Harris left side, Anderson, South Carolina. Now, can either one of these two possibly get up in the number 2, 3 spot? The racetrack is definitely there. I mean, there's no question about that. Now can you hold the power down all the way through 660 feet. So here we go. 101 short for Jamie Hancock. How about a 408, 176, 446, 146 for Justin Harris. So Jamie Hancock will go number 7. Justin Harris goes number 11. As next pair will be Mike Jones and Steve Halpert. Mike Jones out of Hazel Green, Alabama in that 08 Chevy Cobalt. Steve Halpern, another former NMRA champion out of White Lake, Michigan. As the Cobalt has stopped there for a second, but now he's get it back in reverse. Here we go, Mike Jones, Steve Halpern. Here we go, Halpern and Jones. Halpern, look at that one, top of the racetrack, a 404, 188 miles per hour for Steve Halpern. Mike Jones, car didn't launch all that great, and he rolled out of the throttle, said, nah, no. So Halpern will go 6th, Mike Jones goes 14th. As our next pair, Kevin Young and DJ McCain. Kevin Young from Idaho Falls, Idaho. We have folks from all over, all 4 corners of the country, a few Canadians here. And also we got a couple guy from Australia, the land down under. Which actually, believe it or not, in Australia, they actually celebrate Christmas in the summer in Australia. Well, they celebrate the same day we do here. It's just the weather, it's summer weather down in Australia in December. So Kevin Young, DJ McCain. Steve Johnson, need you for LDR, final call. Steve Johnson, need you for Limited Drag Radial. Here we go. He'll go to the 2 spot. A sub 1 second, 60 foot for DJ McCain. And we'll go to the 2 spot. Kevin Young at 403 will go number 7. But man, oh man, a 9.99 60 foot time. Final call for LDR. Final call. We're getting Limited Drag Rate on the lanes. Final call. I need the first 4 pair of Pro 275 to the lanes, please. First 4 pair of Pro 275 to the lanes. That's Marcus Burt, Jason Collins, Brylan Holder, Adam Preston, Mo Hall, Taylor Laster, Mark Woodruff, Roger Holder. Lanes, please. And here's a quick Duck X Production stat for you. Brylan and Roger Holder have only raced each other 1 time, and the kid beat him. And Roger says, I ain't gonna let that happen again. But anyway, Houston Dial, left side of Alabama. Chad Henderson, right side, also from Alabama. Number 1 right now is still Rob Goss, 392.8, 188. Bama DJ McCain again sitting the number 2 spot with a 999.60 foot time. Out, that's impressive. And the first 4 pair of Pro 275, need you now, please. First 4 pair of Pro 275, need you now. As Chad Henderson shut off there on the right-hand side, they're going to back him out. So Houston Dial will go on a solo. The Devil Horse Racing Machine. See what he can do. 103.60 foot. You hear saw the flames go away. The RPMs drop and That car was moving over towards the concrete wall, and he brought his right foot up and said, "No, thank you." 518 for Houston Dial. Remember, drivers, when the officials are telling you to pull forward, you must do what they tell you. Remember, violation of that is grounds for a very unhappy Boss X. If she's mad, then I'm running. If Marshall's mad, he'll be all right. Ernie Dampier and Luke Smith, next pair to go. Again, first 4 pair of Pro 275 have been called. That first 4 pair, Marcus Burt, Jason Collins, Brylan Holder, Adam Preston, Mo Hall, Taylor Laster, Mark Woodruff, Roger Holder. First 4 pair. Dampier, Luke Smith. Here we go. Problems there for Ernie. Luke Smith, top of the racetrack, a 421 and 173 miles an hour. Good, solid lap for Luke Smith. So Luke will go 13th. Ernie goes 19th. Speaking about Jim Monson from Pinckney, Michigan, and John Dock from Irwin, North Carolina. First 4 pair Pro 275 have been called. First 4 pair Pro 275 have been called. Monson and Dock. Problems there for Monson. There's John Dock, top of the racetrack, a 424 and 165 miles an hour. Decent lap. Get him in the top part of the field. Jim Monson, 745, 92 miles an hour. And John Dock will go 14. Monson goes 19. 21 cars officially taking time so far in qualifying as John Davidson and Brad Tyson. Ready to go. First four pair of Pro 275 have been called. Here we go. John Davidson, Brad Tyson. Here in limited drag radial. Oh boy, Davidson got very loose, but 150 feet out, 408 for Brad Tyson. At 185 miles per hour, John Davidson tried to stick with it, but that car started to rotate around. He's like, no. So Brad Tyson goes number 10, John Davidson 20 seconds, Joe Koch and Luke Nichols. Another Canadian out of New Brunswick, Canada. Right-hand side, Joe Koch from Sycamore, Illinois. As we are getting down towards the end of the limited drag radial, again, the first four pair of Pro 75 have been called. So here we go. Rob Goss still holding on to number one qualifying spot at 392.8. Again, 23 cars have officially taken time so far here in qualifying. Here we go. Joe Koch, Luke Nichols. Both of them striking the tires. And neither one going to be particularly happy with this run. 673 for Joe. 971 for Luke Nichols. Let's go get pairs 5 through 8 of Pro 75 to the lanes, please. Pairs 5 through 8. Pro 75 to the lanes. Eddie Harrison, Brian McGee, Jack Green, Timothy Orris, Tim Dutton, Charlie Cooper, Chad Oboleski, and Heath Luttrell. So pairs 5 through 8 of Pro 275. Need you now, please. James, left side, Catlettsburg, Kentucky. And the man, Jason Ruckert from Indiana. Of course, Lance, he's the man too. Carolina, no time. So here we go, James and Ruckert. Ruckert strikes the tires. Eric James pedals it a little bit. to a 5:51 at 128 miles an hour. So next, Jim Nicolette and Chris Power Perry. So Jim Nicolette, St. Charles, Illinois. Chris Power Perry from Seminole, Florida. And I believe this may be the final pair of LDR. So here we go, Jim Nicolette, Chris Power Perry. So here we go. Actually, we do have one more pair back there at the ready line. And here we go, Nicolette and Perry. Way sideways, both of them, and they're both going to pick the right foots up and think, 605 to a 758. So Shane Crowden out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, and he will be the last car for limited drag radial. Now, crowd and final car here for limited drag radial out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. .106 short, and he had the pedal and gets out of it. 586, 82 miles per hour. As that'll be it for limited drag radial. Rob Gosh, your number one qualifier. 392. Tech Radio versus the World. Start getting them off the jacks. We'll be calling you shortly. PTC, Fuel Tech Radio versus the World. Start buttoning them up, getting them off the jacks. We'll be calling you shortly. So Marcus Bird on the left side. Jason Collins on the right side. Never thought I'd see the day Marcus Burt in a Ford, but Marcus Burt, Jason Collins. First pair out of Pro 275 here at Lights Out 14 here at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Let's go. There you go, top of the racetrack. How about a 377.4 to a 377.3? 1 thou separation, and Jason Collins will go to the one spot. Marcus Burt by a thou right there with him. I tell you what, you can't script it any better than that. First pair out, they're separated by a thou. Brylan Holder and Adam Preston. Brylan Holder all the way from Bakersfield, California. Same hometown as the closer and the guy they call Happy. Kevin Harvick. Happy Harvick. Back we used to punch people at NASCAR races anyway. Brylan Holder and Adam Preston ready to go. They saw those 377s right in front of them. They said, okay, got a little something to work with here. Brylan Holder, 2015 Camaro. Back at Bradenton earlier this year, faced his dad in eliminations. Was able to pick up the win. And I'm sure a guy by the name of Antron Brown is probably watching. Antron, multi-time top fuel world champion, jumped into Manny Virginia's Pro 75 car a couple of times. Problems were both of them. Brylan Holder pedaling through, and he said no. All right, so Pro 75, all of you should be in the lanes. Pro 75, all of you should be in the lanes. And that means RVW, you start getting them off the jacks. We'll be calling you shortly. So Mo Hall, Taylor Laster. Mo Hall's won this race before. Taylor Laster all the way from Cleveland, Texas. All right, Steve Woolley, Robbie Vanderwood, and Ziv Hudson need you now for Pro 275. You're not there, you're late. So here we go, Mo Hall, Taylor Laster. Can either one of these two take over the number one spot? Again, first pair down, Jason Collins went 377.3. Marcus Burt, 377.4. First pair down. RVW, you're on standby. Remember, Radio versus PTC Fuel Tech Radio versus the World will be the last class of the night. Here we go. Looks good for Mo Hall, top of the racetrack, 378.3, 198, and Mo Hall will go to the number 3 spot, 593 and only 78 miles per hour for Taylor Laster. He'll go to the 5 spot. Top 3 only separated by 100th of a second as Roger Holder on a single. As Mark Woodruff back there did not fire. Roger Holder, Bakersfield, California. Brian Holder down in the part of the racetrack waiting on Dad to see, okay, what kind of run can Dad make? As Brylan had issues on his run, 565. All right, so here we go. Roger Holder on a solo. What can Roger do? And he strikes the tires. Goes 532. Ran quicker than the kid, but not going to be happy with that run at all. So Roger goes to 4, Brylan 5, Jason Collins still holding on to number 1 spot. As Eddie Harrison and Brian McGee will be our next pair. As the engine's coming to life. Here's Eddie and here's Brian. So here we go. Eddie Harrison, Awkward, Georgia. Brian McGee, right side, Pelion, South Carolina. Right now, 7 cars have taken time so far. And not sure what's going on with the Mark Woodruff car back there. Did not pull forward with his pair, but so here we go. Eddie Harrison left side, Brian McGee on the right side. Here, that looks good. Time to the racetrack. How about a 382, 198 to a 385, 197. So side by side 380s. That'll put Eddie Harrison in the 4 spot. Brian McGee goes 5. As Jack Green and Charlie Cooper. Jack Green in that 2017 Cadillac CTSV. Charlie Cooper, 2022 Mustang out of Great Meadows, New Jersey. Opening qualifying session for Pro 275. Again, Pro 275 this weekend brought to you by Hart's Turbos and UPR Products. Green, Charlie Cooper. So here we go. Green on the left, Cooper on the right. Cooper didn't go. Jack Green, 408, 183. Now remember, the clock is not started on Charlie Cooper. Here he goes. And he gets out of it. Green goes 408, 183 to go to the sixth spot as Tim Dutton and Heath Luttrell. Tim Dutton all the way from Northwood, New Hampshire. All the way Northwood, New Hampshire. Home of the Lobsters. Heath Luttrell, Cleveland, Tennessee. Let's go get the first four pair of PTC and Fuel Tech Radial versus the World. Two stage lanes, please. First four pair of PTC and Fuel Tech Radial versus the World. That's Jason Lee, Norman Bryson, Calvin Franco, Ev Bernardo, Tim Meisner, and Louis Ume, Enzo Bacchini, and Heidi Carlisle. Those 8 drivers, the first four pair of PTC and Fuel Tech Radial versus the World. Oh, we got Brian Ambrosini coming up in the box. Here we go, top of the racetrack, penalty out there. Heath Luttrell, 387. There's your first 200-mile-an-hour run of the night. 387, 203 for Heath Luttrell. Tim Dutton was on a good lap, but goes 447. Here's your Doug X Productions parts call. We have a racer in need. He's looking for a high port 255 head. If it's a 250 or 265, he can work with that. But prefer a 255 head. If you got one, Destin Bailey needs one. Come to the tower. We'll give you the contact info. So here's Wally Farbakey and Brian Ambrosini out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's not too often you see a 73 Gremlin at the racetrack, but it's very rare that you see a 73 Gremlin in Pro 275. Anyway, hating on Gremlins, I think this is a pretty cool car. Of course, Brian Ambrosini made his name, in the Byron Drag with the wheel stand contest. So Wally left side, Ambrosini on the right side. Again, the first four pair of Pro 275, you have been called to the staging lanes. So Wally Farbakey, Brian Ambrosini, as the Woodruff car, they're pushing him down the chase road here. He's not going to make the lap tonight. We've only seen one car go over 200 miles an hour so far this evening here in qualifying. Are we about to see another? There goes Ambrosini, top of the racetrack. 396, 191 for Ambrosini. 464, 172 for Wally. So Brian Ambrosini with a good solid lap go to the 7th spot. Wally goes number 10. Brad Edwards and David Reese. David Reese at Temple, Georgia, Reese Brothers Race Cars, that beautiful looking Corvette on the Summit side of the racetrack. Brad Edwards, Asheville, North Carolina, the 97 Ford Mustang. Again, number one qualifier right now is Jason Collins. He and Marcus Burt were the first two cars down the racetrack, and it's stuck that way, number 1 and 2, ever since. So Edwards and David Reese. Again, first 4 pair of RVW should be in the lanes. So here we go. There you go. Look at that. Top of the racetrack. 401-177. And the Brad Edwards car just did not sound happy right when he stopped on the gas. 509-161. So we need Calvin Franco for RVW, Calvin Franco. Robbie Vanderwood and Ziff Hudson. Robbie Vanderwood at Glen, Illinois, and Ziff Hudson. Right side. Out of Concord, North Carolina, literally just lives around the corner from Z-Max Dragway and Charlotte Motor Speedway. Where yours truly is going on vacation in March, or May. 600 weekend. Yes, I'm going on vacation from racing to go racing. So here we go. Robbie left side, Ziff Hudson right side. So still looking to see can anybody knock off Jason Collins or Marcus Burt for the number 1 spot. Robbie, maybe, but he pedaled it just about 400 feet out, 444, 129. Ziff Hudson went about 90 feet, then the problem set in for 825, 71 miles per hour for Ziff Hudson. Steve Woolley, Calvin, and Lamar Swindle Jr. Again, the Calvin Franco, need you now, please. Calvin Franco, we need you for RVW. Big burn out there, Steve Woolley in Holmes, New York, and Lamar Swindle Jr. from Baytown, Texas, outside of Houston. So Woolley, that 2018 C7 Corvette, supercharged, and Lamar Swindle Jr. got a Hemi underneath that 71 Chevrolet. As we are moving right through Pro 275. So here we go. Pairs 5 through 8 of RVW, need you now, please. Pairs 5 through 8 of PTC Fuel Tech, Real vs. the World, need you now, please. Lamar's in, Woolley's in. Look at this. Top end of the racetrack. 378, 198 for Steve Woolley. 481, 118 for Lamar Swindle Jr. And Woolley will go to the number 4 spot. 4th out behind Mo Hall. Jason Collins and Marcus Burt still holding on to numbers 1 and 2. Lamar Swindle goes to the 14th spot. And here's Rachel Jewell out of Helton, New York, and Jennifer Brook out of Springfield, Tennessee. And this may be a Duck X first coming up here. Never had two ladies face each other at the same time in Pro 275 at a Duck X race. Boss X is saying no. Or she actually saying maybe. Duck's thinking about it. So two ladies gonna battle out here in Pro 275. Rachel Jewell out of Helton, New York. Jennifer Brook from Springfield, Tennessee. And why not be Ford versus Chevrolet? Why not? There we go. How about these ladies right now to get to the top 5? You have to go 382.0. And 8 cars right now in the 3-second zone, but only one car has gone over 200 miles per hour. Only one. So Rachel left side, Jennifer right side. There they go. Jennifer got loose out there. Look at Rachel. 4:00.188. That's a solid lap for Rachel. And Jennifer had a good run going. The car goes sideways, brought her right foot up. Rachel will go to the number 9 spot. Bumps David Reese down to number 10. Telling you. Keith Rea, they call this car Wonder Bread out of Pennsylvania. Keith Rea, Wonder Bread Racing, Morning Glory Motorsports, P&R Engine Rebuilders, Benser Motorsports, Billet Atomizer, Bullseye Power Turbos, Pro Torque Converters, Aerospace Components. And Wonder Bread not going to make a run. It's going to be a right lane solo with Taylor Lasser on the right hand side. And well, you see the flame out there.